We have a massive Lakers trade update for you guys, as more moves may be coming for the purple and gold after they have put together a lot of moves here these last couple of days. But this one might very well put the Lakers over the top and help them become a championship contending team. And welcome to the Lakers Digest, guys. My name is Hunter Pitcoff, and we cover everything surrounding your Los Angeles Lakers. We just hit 21,000 subscribers just a few hours ago. We appreciate the love. We appreciate the support. With that being said, though, we are growing fast, but still, 80% of you guys already watching our content are not subscribed. If you are 4 out of 5 people watching, getting free around-the-clock coverage surrounding your Los Angeles Lakers here in this channel, you're not subscribed, all we ask is that you hit that subscribe button, guys, because we are trying to grow bigger and bigger, and I recommend hopping on this bandwagon now before it becomes too late. But I don't want to keep you guys waiting too much longer. You're probably wondering, what is this report and how are more moves coming for the Los Angeles Lakers? Of course, guys, we did break this down in many videos, so be sure to check it out. But the Lakers did just get Marcus Smart after he was bought out by the Washington Wizards. As a result, the Lakers had to waive Shake Milton. They waived Jordan Goodwin, and, of course, to clear room for Marcus Smart. But what that did do, guys, is it did clear up a roster spot for the Los Angeles Lakers. There's still one empty roster spot left, so perhaps that gives the Lakers the flexibility to make some more moves, and that is kind of what this report is hinting at here. Brett Siegel saying that the Lakers discussed Kentavious Caldwell-Pope and Donte DiVincenzo as potential trade targets with the Grizzlies and the Timberwolves, according to Clutch Points here. Not Clutch Sports. We're not talking about Rich Paul here. KCP talks happened after he was included in the Desmond Bane to Orlando Magic trade. Minnesota immediately turned down DiVincenzo talks. So perhaps we will see if Donte DiVincenzo is ultimately going to be a target for the Los Angeles Lakers. And if the Timberwolves are willing to move him, we'll talk about him a little bit too later in this video. But, guys, let's talk about what Kentavious Caldwell-Pope does, and that's going to bring us here, and how Kentavious Caldwell-Pope could potentially be brought home to Los Angeles, of course, where he won his first NBA championship. And yes, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope can, in fact, be traded, guys, and that was because that trade, again, the big one that sent 5 first-round picks to the Orlando Magic, and Memphis sent out Desmond Bane, of course, to the Magic, those picks went to Grizzlies. Desmond Bane, of course, was the eye of the ball there in that deal. Because this trade happened before the NBA draft, before the official start of the 2025-2026 NBA season, he's eligible to be traded, guys. He's currently, yes, on the Memphis Grizzlies roster, and he's eligible to be traded. And Kentavious Caldwell-Pope is the perfect archetype that the Lakers currently need in their backcourt right now, because he is somebody who, of course, can play defense at a high level, can shoot the 3 ball, and he's done it, guys, on very good teams now. He's a 2-time, multi-time NBA champion. Unfortunately, not both of those with the Los Angeles Lakers, but one of those also a couple of years ago with the Grizzlies, now I'm tripping, with the Denver Nuggets. And, of course, that led to the big payday for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope by the Orlando Magic, and he just really was not a great fit there, despite, being kind of like a modern-day Iron Man, playing in 75 or more games each of the last 4 seasons, and played plenty of games, including all 82 for the Los Angeles Lakers, for, I think, his second season there with the Lakers. Someone who's definitely played in a lot of basketball, even though he's a little bit higher up there in age. Was not a great season for him, averaged not even 9 points a game. And look at the three-point percentage. To me, that's kind of the key with KCP. A very streaky shooter, but only shot 34%. And that was a team in Orlando that desperately needed that three-point shooting. They're one of the worst perimeter shooting teams in basketball last year, and he was not able to find his shot, despite the fact, guys, if you look down there, I mean, he shot 41% from 3 or better, or 40% from 3 for better, 3 of the last 4 seasons. Of course, shot the ball very well with the Los Angeles Lakers as well, 38.5%. During that championship season. So this is somebody who is an extremely good three-point shooter, a little bit streaky, but someone who can get very hot and have really hot streaks for you, and someone who also can defend at a pretty high level. And those guys are very hard to find. As you look at his contract situation, technically could be on the last year of his deal, although he has a chance to opt into a player option. And as a result, guys, because of that contract situation, this is somebody who I think is obtainable from the Los Angeles Lakers, but also somebody in a player that fits that 2027 timeline, which is what the Lakers have been eyeing all their moves are suggesting that that is what the Lakers want to do, is be all in and be ready for the 2027 offseason. And while Kentavious Caldwell-Pope can either leave earlier or he can be a part of that timeline either way. In fact, I think he probably opts in because he probably got a bit overpaid by the Orlando Magic during that deal. So, and looking at his age 33, I don't think he's going to command more money than $21 million. So I'm assuming he'd opt into that player option most likely and take the money while he can. But that's going to bring us, guys, to our final player we're talking about here. As I, of course, clicked the wrong button, and Donte's Inferno, Donte DiVincenzo, and how, according to reports, maybe he's not available now, but perhaps he could become available for the Lakers at some point. Again, his role was definitely diminished last season with the Minnesota Timberwolves. Was a part of that Julius Randle deal, sent them both from the Knicks to Minnesota in exchange for Karl-Anthony Towns. Didn't have quite as good of a season, but still a very good basketball player for them. And I think also with Mike Conley getting older here, perhaps Donte DiVincenzo becomes more important and eventually even enters the starting lineup for the Minnesota Timberwolves. We saw, guys, even against the Los Angeles Lakers in the playoffs, they leaned on him a lot more, and he's still a very good player despite, maybe not putting as good of numbers up. Again, someone who's a really good defensive player, a good athlete, good size, a tough physical guard, doesn't take anything, doesn't take a smack from anyone, and also can really shoot the three ball, and is really good at cutting off the basketball. We saw that really play out well with the Golden State Warriors when he was there. This is someone the Lakers were targeting a couple of years ago when he was a free agent. I think he'd be a really good fit here as well for the Lakers, and looking at his contract situation, not really making a lot of money. I mean, only on the books for a little under $12 million. So this is someone that the Lakers could easily, I think, get from a contractual perspective. But again, Minnesota is a good team, just like the Lakers. They don't want to do the Lakers any favors. It would be pretty hard to bring somebody like DiVincenzo in. Definitely harder than Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. But the money does, in fact, make sense here, guys. And I'm going to show you here. This is a little bit of a better look at the contract situation there, as this is also not updated because the Lakers keep making moves. Marcus Smart hasn't officially signed yet, so this is going to look a little bit different. But this is going to be a team that's operating just below the first apron, and so that also means, too, that the Los Angeles Lakers, they're going to try and not trigger a hard cap. And as a result, too, they don't want to trigger any aprons, hinder themselves in any ways. But they could, in fact, send out enough salary to get Donte DiVincenzo. I don't know if they're willing to give up a first-round pick, but giving up that 2031 is probably what would get it done, unless the Timberwolves are absolutely enamored by Dalton and Knecht. But anyway, guys, that is the update here. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope and Donte DiVincenzo are two players that the Los Angeles Lakers are interested in. Right now, it does not look like any action is going to happen, at least with DiVincenzo. But perhaps with the Memphis Grizzlies, again, someone like Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, who was kind of thrown in there as a matching salary player. I still do think he has a lot of value in this league and can come home and be a perfect fit next to Luka Doncic here in Los Angeles. But again, guys, I'm going to say it for one more time for the people in the back, is 80% of you guys, 80% watching our content are not subscribed. Again, that number's gone up recently because a lot of you guys are interested and flooding in over the recent free agency news that the Lakers have had. But still want to see that number lower because, again, guys, you're getting free around-the-clock coverage trying your Los Angeles Lakers. We ask you to hit that subscribe button because I promise you, you don't want to be off the bandwagon because we will keep you up to date with everything trying your Los Angeles Lakers here on Lakers Digest.